Hi everyone, it's Dash Dave here, and I'm back for another crafty video. So, can you remember last time we had sewn our signatures together for the Boho Journal, and I put a brick on them. So this is Mavis the brick. Like, still don't know where Audrey is, can't find her. She's off gallivanting. And then we also put these panels into the journal, the journal cover, so that we could then start mounting this on it. And the only reason why we put the panel in is because there's a slight step between the actual cardboard and the fabric, and I wanted to just level that off so it didn't you couldn't feel it quite so much. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to put these panels in. So I had originally had it so that was the last, that was the first, and that was the second, but I did in the last video at the very end decide to swap it over. So, and I have decided that that's exactly what I'm going to do. So we're going to have them like this. Okay, I'm not sure which way round, maybe that way round, to be fair. Yeah, and I'm going to have a bit of an overlap, so I'm not going to get rid of it just yet because it can sit underneath the signature. Okay, the same goes for this one. That's going to sit slightly over there, and then we're going to have it so that we have it kind of sits over onto this panel, this fold-up panel, and this one is butted up against that, and we can put some fabric or something down between the two. So what we're actually going to do is I don't know whether to round the corners. I'm thinking about rounding the corners just simply so that they don't go all tired and dog-eared. So I think I am actually going to do that. I've contemplated it, and let's just do it, Dave. So try getting that so it's actually a rounded corner. There we go. And then this one. Yep, that's those two. And then this, we don't need to round because it's going to butt up against there, and we don't need to do that one, and that one we will do when we get to that bit, but we aren't there yet. So okay, so that's how it's going to go. And then we're going to have, obviously the signatures are going to be sewn here, and what we'll do is we will have the Tyvek down here that they're going to be sewn onto. So maybe that's something we should do first, is get the Tyvek sorted out. I'm just going to turn round here, and I should have some Tyvek. It's every time I was reaching for it, it was getting further away. So this is Tyvek. Okay, not to be confused with tea bag paper, because it isn't. It's not the same. This is nice and rigid and will stay nice. Okay, so the only thing is I might now want to put this onto a piece of fabric as well. So I could use the same fabric that this came from and sew it to that, or I could go down a different route, which, maybe you're probably thinking, shouldn't you have thought about this before? Well, yes, maybe I should have done, but I didn't. So I've got that. Maybe that would be fun. It might be, is it going to be a bit much? I don't know. Let's have a look. Sorry, I know you can't see what I'm talking about, but I really like this. I'm worried that if I bring it into shot and I don't use it, you'll all be like, no, you should have used that, but I don't want it to be too over the top. So the reason I didn't use this on the outside is because it's very, very, it's the term sheer, so see-through. So maybe do that. Now if that's that with that, and where are they? Where are my end papers? What have I done with them? What have I just done with it? I've just Adam. Adam? Who's Adam? I don't know who Adam is. Adam's Adam. There they are. Do you know what? I might just use a piece of this as well. So I'm going to use this to sew it to. So I'm going to have to cut a piece that's kind of the right size for the thing. We don't necessarily need it to be. That would be fine actually. I'm going to cut it a bit bigger so it'll hang over either side. So we're going to go for about there. I might cut it down a bit more than that in a minute. Just cut this down. It's about there. Let's just move that out of the way. Okay, I'm going to come back to that. That's a scarf. It was $1.99 from a charity shop, and I've not used it so far, but this could be the time to use it, couldn't it? So I'm going to use my fabric square, my, what's it called, quilter square, to kind of just neaten off this. You don't need to do this, you're not going to see this, but my brain's saying I have to, so at the moment I am at the mercy of my brain, so I'm doing as I'm told. So we're going to cut that down. Yep, I've squared that bit off, and then I'm going to flip it over and square the other side off. So that's why I didn't mind cutting it a bit bigger, because I knew that would probably cut it down anyway, so still not going to be square, but it's going to be squarer. There we go, that's those out of the way. Cool, so really I need to stop putting things to my left, because there is nothing. There's clowns to the left of me and jokers to the right. No, keep putting things over there, and there's now a big pile over here, and it's going to topple. And the last video, I thought I was going to have a crafter lunch, but I didn't, luckily. Cool. So I also need to have a piece of cardboard, which I did have some cardboard left from the making the spines. Of course, it's not going to be the right size. Why would it be? That would be far too simple if it was like the right size. Over here, let's have a look. Okay, so the reason I'm going to use a piece of cardboard is because I can divide a piece of cardboard up. You know, I can put lines on a piece of cardboard and make sure I've got the spacing right, etc. Just get rid of that. So pop that in there. And maybe just do that again and get that nice crisp edge. I'm going to cut the line off so that I don't have a bent over bit at the end. I'm hoping then this will be in some way the right width it is. That was the whole point I was doing it in the first place, was I was making it long enough and I ended up making it wide enough. Okay, alright Dave, just get on with it. Okay, so again, another thing on the pile to the left of me. I'm not going to see this, so it's not going to worry. I'm not going to worry too much. So yeah, that's going to be my spine. Let's just make sure that it doesn't stop the mechanism. No, it doesn't. That's fine. Turn that off for a minute. Then, so what I'm going to do is this will So on to here. I'll still be able to see where my lines and everything are because it's transparent. And then I will put this. Oh no, I'm going to have to put this over the top as well. Oh well, I'll be able to work it out in a minute. Let's put that over there. So let's get this marking sorted. Ruler. So this is, needs to be 4 centimeters. You beauty, you absolute beauty. There you go. So they're going to do one signature there, one there, and one there. I'm going to do one signature there, one signature there, one there, and then I'm going to do. So I don't know why I keep saying that because it's just making the lines all the way down the page, Dave. Okay, and then I'm going to put this, draw this, draw a line, draw a line. They should all line up, and then draw a line. Cool. So now this needs to sit in the middle, so let's find the middle of this. Sorry, the middle of this way. Oh, it's about 16 centimeters. Half of 16 is 8. Yep, that. Okay, so don't know what the spacing is there, or do I? Did I decide? Did I already know that? I did. Or is it? It's not quite 7, is it? It's about 7.5, isn't it? Is that 7.5? What's that? It's about 7.5 as well. 7. Ooh, that's going to be tight. Is that right? So if I put that against there, is that about right? No, it isn't. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the middle in the right place. The middle is the right place. And then I'm just going to do this. This is the cheating, I know. And there is no science to this, I know. However, this is how it is. I'm going to do that all the way across the board. I don't need to do that, Dave, that's already there. And there. And then the same with this. There. And there. Cool, so and these lines just indicate where the holes are going to be. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a hole in these. A hole. I don't know why I said it like that, but make a hole. Dave, don't do that because you are going to injure yourself or somebody else, knowing my luck. There's nobody else in the room, so it would be a tragedy if that happened. What am I doing, Dave? What are you doing? I don't know what you're doing, Dave. Let's use this. Doesn't matter what page you use, Dave. You're just using it as a piece of thing to lean on. There. Now it looks like we've got a bookworm. Okay, so they're my holes that it needs to sew to. So the combination of the fabric and the paper and the cardboard will all help strengthen the whole thing. So it should all stay together. I mean, even with these being as far on the edge as they are, even so they should be okay with the Tyvek. So we're going to glue that like that. I'm going to glue that over the top. Do I want to do it that way? Or shall I do it? If I do that, do it that way. Oh, actually, yeah, if I do it like that, I can glue the signatures to this, and this can go over the top of that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that, Dave. Sorry. I'd love to say I was thinking aloud, but I wasn't even thinking aloud. I was kind of thinking to myself, so I wasn't thinking aloud. A piece of paper for this to kind of squeeze onto. That can go over there, because that's just going to mark every single piece of paper otherwise. Yep, that's coming out, so that's fine. So I am going to put glue all over this. Now I know lots of people do this all differently. You'll find your way. If you're new to journaling, you'll find your way. You might do a way that's way better than mine, but each their own. We're all individuals at the end of the day. So, and I am not a conformist. There's this, just to smooth onto. Smooth all of this out so it creates a nice bond, but it doesn't squelch out. Put that down onto there. Somewhere in the middle. It's fine. Cool. Get something to press that down with. Make sure that's applied nicely. Then I'm going to get some of this. So it's all tucked round things now. So this is just tied together so it doesn't trail. I love this fabric, but you know, it's just not easy to use because it's so flouncy. I'm not sure that flouncy is actually a word. Not that end. That end? Yeah, that end, I think. I think that bit there would be lovely. And do you know what? I might just glue it first and then cut round it afterwards. I don't want to use that bit. It's not as wide, is it? No, let's go with that bit. That's the bit I wanted to use. That's the bit I'm going to use. Right, okay. So, let's got a snotty bit on the end. So, we're going to gently put some of this over it, because what we don't want to do is we don't have so much of it that it googes out everywhere. It will googe to a certain extent. I'm going to try not to go over the holes, because they'll already have, because that will seal them up, and we want to make it easy to sew signatures in. Put that all over, and then I'm going to use the same stuff to just kind of spread it out a bit. This way, if it's spread out, it doesn't googe out so much. It will still, like I say, it'll still have a little bit of a googiness, but it'll be relatively better than it was. Where's my bit? That's the bit. Where's my bit? It's here. So we're going to go with, oh, that might be a bit close. Nope, Dave. There. Just going to commit now. I'm just going to it's not going to be easy to see the holes, I realise, but you know, why make it easy for myself? Life would be too easy if you made it all easy for yourself, so, you know, because like, life isn't tough enough. And I'm just going to go over it now while it's wet, and just give it a rub, and it'll just rub away all of those, anything, well, not all of it, but the glue that's kind of squeezed out. It's easier to rub away now while it's tacky than when it's dry. It kind of goes, I don't know, it goes horribly like black and picks up all the dirt and everything went off your fingers when you leave it to dry. Anyway. Okay, and then what we're going to do, flip it over, and we're just going to cut this bit out. That glue is going everywhere now. You watch the whole thing unravel now. Bit of rough cutting, and that should get it off, that's fine. That we want to just tie back together again. It can go back up on the hook it's been on for the last 3 years. Like I say, I loved it, I wanted to buy it, but I never knew when to use it, so I have now, so I feel vindicated in my purchase. Let's do it this way. There's my blade gone. There it is. There it is. Found it. So I'm going to cut it off where it's stuck to the Tyvek, because it's less likely to fray that way. Yep, and that's it. Because the Tyvek won't fray. It's bonded to it now. They're like blood brothers, they're not going anywhere. And that. It would have been nice if I'd put this on the outside of it, but like I say, it's just too fine. If I'd had something like that, I would have liked that on the outside, but I'm happy with the fabric that's on there. It's on the outside. Cool, there we go, that's it. So, now we can sew our signatures in, can't we? No, we can't, because I've just realised what I've done. I've sewed these together, and they should have been sewn in to my thing which I haven't done. So because my brain wasn't working, and now my brain is working, and I don't know whether I put the thread, the bobbin of thread. I'm going to have to ask Brian to bring me some more. So anyway, the principle will be I will take this out and I will sew this now to here. Okay, and they'll be sewn into this. Okay, and then this, the whole thing, will then sit in here. And these will go on the ends. Now, the lesson you need to learn from me is make sure you've had some sleep before you do these things. Or don't learn my lesson and, you know, just wing it like I have and then get it wrong. Anyway, it's not wrong, it's just a happy accident, although I'm not very happy about it. So it's an unhappy accident. But anyway, that's what we're going to do in the next video. But, you know, I like to leave my mistakes in, because if I'm making them, then it makes you feel like, well, you can make them, because we're not perfect, we're human beings. And you've seen the state of my desk. You know full well that I am not perfect, and I've never claimed to be. So anyway, that's going to be that's all of the bits that are going to go together in the journal when we get to that stage. So we're gonna leave it here. So I can't do anything now because I don't know where the thread is. I've lost that in the last video, so a lot of that, I think that went the same direction as my marbles. So I'll ask Brian to bring me some thread, and I think he's got some, and then we can make some more. Well, we can make the journals come together that way then. So okay, so like I say, my name is Dash of Dave, and be free to make mistakes, because so did I. Yeah, so and don't punish yourself about them. So anyway, so thank you very much for joining me. I hope to see you again in the next video, when we'll be carrying on with this, and we'll be putting it together this time. So I can't put these components in until I've put the signature in, and I can't put the signature in until I've got some more wax thread. So yeah, so thank you very much for watching me. I hope you've enjoyed spending some more time with me, and I will see you in the next video. So remember, I love you all without exception, until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to, and don't be so hard on yourself. Alright, you all take care. Lots of love, lots of hugs, and I'll see you all in the next video. You all take care. See you soon. Bye.